lost in the breeze. Screams buried deep, never make a sound. A whole generation falling to the ground. Hear us now, we're breaking the chains, carrying scars, dragging the pain. We are strong, though we were denied. Voice for the invisible, we won't hide. Torn up sneakers, walking battered streets. Dreams crushed beneath the system's feet. Homes that were prisons, lives rearranged. Left to fend for ourselves, lost as strange. Hear us now, we're breaking the chains, carrying scars, dragging the pain. We are strong, though we were denied. Voice for the invisible, we won't hide. Fists in the air, hearts pounding loud. We will not be silenced, not in this crowd. Growing flames where the shadows touch. United together, we've had enough.
Yeah, I got you. First off, you're not alone. Even if it feels like you are carrying the whole world on your back right now. The fact that you're still standing, still reaching out, still trying, that's power. That's real strength. And that deserves recognition. I wrote this for everyone that feels like they are alone, not being heard, feels hopeless, thinking that you are not good enough, to the ones that are struggling. This is for you. A note for the days that hurt. Some days are just heavy. The air feels sick. People feel distant. Your own thoughts turn against you. But listen, this day does not define you. This moment is not the sum of your worth. Pain may be loud right now, but it's not your forever soundtrack. There is light still waiting for you even if you can't see it today. You've survived 100% of your worst days. That's not luck. That's resilience. So don't give up now. You've made it this far for a reason. Stay. Keep breathing. Let someone be there for you. Even if it's just me right now. You're allowed to rest, cry, scream, and vent, but you're not allowed to give up. Not today. I'm with you. You are not alone. You are loved. You are special, my friend. You are a true warrior.
Much up. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Welcome in. Boy, that chat is zoomed in on, and I don't know what the heck I'm doing. So what's up? Welcome in. I'm Dane. It's been a long while, and boy, do I got some stuff for y'all. I have no idea why my chat is. There we go. Okay, so hi everyone in Seno de, speak English? Hi, Sigma Boy. How are you? Hi, in Seno de Free Fire. Hola. Hey, Chris. Hey, John. So how's everybody been? How y'all been lately? Hey, Debbie. I don't know why my chat is so big on my screen, y'all. Like, so what's up, everybody? You have court tomorrow. Oh, wow, Chris. What's going on there? I'm okay, but John said here people are starting to carefully to speak about, let's see, hold on, John. Let me read this. Let me speak about stuff regarding children stuff, but not yet the main stuff, but it is starting up there, John. Well, stay safe. How did it go up there, John, with the whole? Because I don't think I've talked to anybody since the Kirk stuff. When that happened in like the beginning of September into now, and you know, it's they said 2025, y'all, is the worst year in history. They're saying like the worst history in the like the worst year in history. Like it's not. Well, I mean, of course, we could all tell it's changed. Like our history's changed so much, and I sit back and I think, man, I really do miss like growing up. Like, I wish I can just go back to being a kid again. Hey everyone, hi Delexia Martinez, how are you? That parents, what is this? Dynamite. Parents don't own their children, and it is disgusting to assert they do. Who said they own children? We love our children, and we're fighting to bring them home. Yes, that's so and no, we don't, but we will protect them. But thank you for being here, Doctor. You got paperwork from the school, Debbie. What's going on with that? Hi, Delexia Martinez. Hi, Alves. You speak Portuguese. Wow, I wish I learned. I wish I knew more than the language. I mean, I mainly speak English. I know a little bit of Spanish. But I would love to learn another language. That'd be pretty cool to be like trilingual. Like learn 3 different languages. But I don't see how some people can do it. Kudos to the ones that know like a bunch of languages, because and then what is it? The Chinese, or is it Korean, where they have to write the those symbols? I can't. That's skills, y'all. That's skills. But I've always heard it's harder for a Spanish speaking person to learn English than it is for an English speaking person to learn Spanish, because of the rolling of the tongue. And I learned that when I was like 15, and I worked at McDonald's with some we were teaching each other, like I was teaching them English and I was being taught Spanish, and that's what they told me. I learned. They said that with as like the Spanish language, it's harder for them to learn English because of the rolling of the tongue, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I'll tell you what, I can't talk fast, like like when I can't even understand it sometimes, because I'm like, whoa. But I can't. I wish I could talk that fast. And I used to be able to be really good at speaking Spanish, but I learned when I was 15, and then over the years, it's just I mean, it stays with you. It's just it grows. I haven't spoken as much, but I need to regroup myself. Love Trump, Jose Roberto, welcome in. And it's Trump's fault, Goter. Would you like to talk about that, Dynamite, Doctor? Would you like to talk more about that and why you think why and what makes you say that? And this, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, my name's Danielle. I'm unmasked. I'm here for the chat here in this live. When I'm here, we welcome anyone. You can come in with your opinions and everything. You can say what you want. Just please keep it clean, and please keep it, because we do have children that come in here sometimes. I will age restrict it if I feel as though it's getting to where it don't need to be under, like, anyone under 18 in. So but I have not age restricted, so I do want to put that out there. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. My name is Danielle. I'm here to talk about the child welfare system and the corruption and things that are going on in our world today, not only in America, here nationwide and worldwide. We got people that come by to see us here in the chat that are from Canada, UK, Australia. And then from here in the United States. I'm from Georgia. And I'll tell you what's going on, everybody. So the school thinks my son have autism. Oh, Chris, what determined that, Chris, if I may ask? When did you find that out? Hi, Jose. Love USA, love Trump, Brazil. 2 abusive homes too. Now, Doctor, the homes, are you talking about being at home with their families, or being at home like in a group home? Because I can tell you, my son is 20 years old. He was taken when my mother passed away unexpectedly in 2022. She was his guardian. Well, then a family member took my son and kept him from me. And next thing, my son is getting sent by the state out to Texas to a residential treatment facility. And y'all, when I tell you, my son now, and when he was out at that, it's traumatized him. It has made, he's aggressive. He's not himself. He's not, and I believe him being institutionalized, he's institutionalized, and that's what they are trying to do to him even more. So I have court coming up about my son. They're back to doing the same stuff to me like they did before. So going up for guardianship, I'm gonna get guardianship of my son. He likes the group home that he's in right now, the people, but we're gonna work on, the state's not getting him. No, they're not. My son's 20 years old. If he's, the thing is these kids don't need to be institutionalized. They don't need to be isolated and put in these facilities, because what about them? Like, they have a life. My brother is disabled. He's not institutionalized. He's out, and honestly, I'm with some of these, the disabled. I don't want to get guardianship of my brother because of the simple fact. What if these people try to come take him? No, that'd be, because they were pushing that on me in 2 years ago to get guardianship of my brother, and I'm like, you know what? Of course they were, because that would give them more of a reason to come get my brother. No, it's not happening. These people that work these jobs and are fill these positions with being caseworkers and making these not judgments, making these decisions, they're not. Look, I came across, have y'all ever heard of the loyalty oath that's with these public officials in your state, in your local state, or in your local county? Has anybody ever heard of that? John, you ever heard of the loyalty oath? Did y'all know? Wait, oh my goodness, I should have pulled my other computer out. Oh, I did it again, y'all. If you get a hold of me later on, okay, Debbie, yes, I will. I did get your calls, Debbie, and I'm so sorry. I was busy. I had to do some permits today and get caught up on some of my work. And y'all, I've been dealing with, the eviction going on over here, and it's time to, I told y'all I'd be back around October. I told y'all before I'd be back, but I'm back here. It's October 1st, and here we go. Like, y'all are gonna be on the next journey, like on this journey with me in the next 24 days. We got 24 days, y'all. 24 days for this eviction. All right. So doctor said, you really think that there is no case where the child should be separated from their parents? Isn't that kind of evil? It is. And I don't agree that the children need to be separated from their families. No, unless there is imminent danger. If the child is in imminent danger, and it is like it's a given that they need to be removed. I get that. Like, there are some kids, but they're taking kids and removing them from homes that there's no, like, I've heard of these cases. There's no poverty, y'all. I'm sorry, like, the inflation's gone up and we struggle. I know I struggle. And just because, why tear a family apart when just because they don't maybe don't have enough food in their fridge? That's what food stamps. These CPS workers can go and they got the, I'm not going to say amenities. They got the resources to help families get back up on their feet. They choose not to use them. They get the funding. And did y'all know that this loyalty oath, I found it for Georgia. Georgia's under a blanket ban, these public officials and stuff. And it's a loyalty oath. And you know what it says? That they have to support the United States Constitution and the Georgia State Constitution. Well, paint me green and call me a pickle, because I'm telling you what the hell? Why aren't they doing it? And y'all would never believe that I found a questionnaire for the Georgia Department of Human Services. So whatever department or division falls under that that part of the government or whatever, with the human services here in Georgia, with like Division of Family and Children's Services. I don't think DBHDD is under there. Child support's under there. So different things like that. And let me tell you, this questionnaire, it's under the Sedition and Subversive Act. John, you know what I'm talking about? Actually, it's harder to learn English than Spanish. Really? I always heard the people that the people that I worked with when I was 15, and McDonald's was my second. No, it was my first job, and I was 15, and I was really excited, and I thought it was pretty cool to learn, and that's what they told me, because they said it was a rolling of the tongue. So, but that's good to know, doctor. Thank you. The truth is being withheld here, but Josie Belleville, enemies are calling. Let me see what John's saying. Enemies me now again, calling me now again, and I also have found a First Nation advocate, and I am trying to ask or to make contact with her too, but I want Josie. So you haven't got to talk to Josie, John, since Alive with Darren? You're talking about that Josie, right? And have you reached out to her? You can address my other points first. Which let's see. You really think there's no case? Are you talking about like this stuff, doctor? Y'all like, subscribe, follow the channel, share it out. Let's get subscribe to my channel. There's CPS Breaking News, Bringing Back Brenda, Unmasking Foster Care Corruption. We got Equal and the Same. We've got a lot of stuff, y'all. Doctor says, you really think there's no case? The child should be it is evil and it is wrong. Doctor, I don't agree with families being separated or children being taken from their homes. No, I don't even agree with. I believe that if a family is struggling, that they should. I mean, the caseworker should be like your encourager, your motivator, you're the one that's cheering you, your biggest cheerleader, to help you not get through to where you can get your children back. They shouldn't even be removed from the home, especially if they're not in imminent danger. And if these poverty cases, it's ridiculous that they pull kids out of homes because of poverty. That is just, and these states need to start implementing this new thing that Biden signed. And what is it? It's like protecting and strengthening families, and poverty is something that they are supposed to be stopping. They're not supposed to be. You can address my other points. I see you, doctor. All right, let's see what if you said, Debbie, I will get a hold of you. John, do you want me to reach out? I will to call and you want her to call you and contact you person to person? Does she have your information, John, or do you want us to give it to her, John? Well, he put these groups on terrorist watch while removing Nazis. If you want to move on past my prior points. Doctor, what, let me see did I miss your points, my friend? So you said it's Trump's fault. You said, let's see. Parents don't own their children, and it's disgusting to assert they do. So what makes you think, doctor, let me ask you this. What makes you think that I guess you've experienced, like, had people, you must have heard or been like heard on, somehow have heard or become aware that parents may think they own their children. Can you relate? Can you explain that? Like, give me a more of a broader explanation of that a little bit? Because no, they don't own their children, but we would protect our children, and it is. What do you mean by owning their children, my friend? All right, so let's go get caught up on these comments, y'all. All right, the atheist. Okay, so terrorists. Doctor, y'all, if you're out there on TikTok, y'all, still don't get my TikTok comments. If y'all are out there watching me, I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. I will go check if they didn't kick me off. If they didn't nanner me on TikTok, I will come check my comments when I get off the live. And I'm still working on that. I did hit up the agency and asked them, go kudos to Infinium Live Agency with Christina. She's awesome. I love her. She's the best. She's my the person that helps me out when I get nannered and when I have these when I have to appeal something, and she is just great. She's very persistent, and y'all, if y'all ever want to join something and need help with TikTok and the appeals and stuff, go check out Infinium Live Agency. All right, so let's get back to so TikTok, my comments, still don't get them. If y'all are out there watching me, much love to y'all. Share out the live, like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Let's y'all, parents are coming together. Now, doctor, what do you feel about parents being united and like get and advocating and fighting to stand you together to get reform on child welfare on the system? So, think about it. This is a system that was built to protect and strengthen families, and now it's supposed to help and not hurt. But these are real stories, real families, real children going through unimaginable pain and things, trying to navigate through a system that is broken. Y'all, I can't say it enough. Parents are coming together. There's children starting to come home. Okay. It's not, I wish it was a lot. I wish it's not happening like we would love for it to. I would love for it just to be like instant gratification, and let's just like click my nose or something, like on the, click my heels. I wish, I pray, and I ask everyone that's out there going through this, don't give up. Don't give up on your kids. Don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on your family. And the ones that are listening that have never experienced CPS or that don't know what I'm talking about, listen to the stories of people that are in the audience, of the people that are in my chat, on my channel, on CPS Breaking News. Y'all know Brenda's story. There's a lot of stories out there, y'all. And I'm telling you, there's every story that I've heard is the parents are just, they're out. I mean, automatically, these caseworkers should be going in without being biased. There should be no bias in it. But parents are losing their rights. TPR'd, just like that. Wow. There ain't no quote of these people. Our kids aren't a number, okay? Our kids aren't a financial gain for anyone, okay? Our kids are people too. They're human beings like we are, like everyone is. And they are not some item that you pick off, that you get off a Walmart shelf. No. Parenting didn't come with an instruction manual, okay? It's not like when we have children, you know what? It's natural. So how can they take your God-given right away to parent your child, to be in your child's life? That's your God-given right. Like, hello. Just like freedom of speech, like you can say what you want. Just be mindful, Nobody should ever lose their life over saying, I mean, look, this is me. Like, let's say doctor, don't ask, this is my thing. He's ask me a question and then get upset with me because you don't like my answer. Well, you know what? Opinion, and this is no offense to you, doctor. This is just, I'm just going to use this as a example, okay? So no offense to you. Please don't take that. No offense to anybody, but this is what my papa always told me. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Pardon my French. Pardon my vulgar talk. I didn't mean it in any negative way, but like that. So I take that as, this is what I took it as with my papa. If don't ask me a question if you don't like my answer. Because it's like asking someone for their advice and then getting mad at them because they tell you what they think. That's kind of like with free speech, people are losing. Why violence is not the answer. What is wrong with this country? What is wrong with us? This ain't how I grew up. I grew up from a loving home. And I tell you, in the last 5 years, let's see, 25, 7 years since like 2018. There's been a lot. It's been starting to show a lot more of this corruption stuff, and it's like they're getting comfortable with it. I don't know if y'all seen. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, let's go get caught up on some more comments. Okay, y'all, and then I got to talk about the Speak Up for Justice. Doctor, did you see that on Speak Up for Justice for the judges? That was done on the 25th. Was it the 25th of September? What they're starting to speak out for, that they need protection. So threatened to bring, let's see, tried to coerce to threaten to bring a group of oh no. John, agree men with them to force entry. Oh no, John, and stop my rights. So that they could illegally seize information. Oh no, John, wow, are you okay? Surroundings about a false accusation of mental illness call without an original judge signed warrant. Oh, so that recently happened to you, John? Bless your heart. So did you get it taken? We're talking about kids. You're moving the goalpost, dude. I'm not, okay, who are you talking to, doctor? And we're not talking about adults. We talk about children. What about special needs adults, doctor? What about special need adult children? Like my son. Those are individuals that will have to depend on someone the rest of their life. And that is what they are targeting, definitely. Okay, y'all. Hold on. Let me plug my phone in. So what? Okay. So I'm moving the goal. I'm moving. He said, I'm moving. Let's see what he said. John, are you okay, my friend? You're moving the goal post, dude, where we're not talking about adults. We're talking about kids. So what do you mean by that, doctor? What did you just said? Who's moving the goalpost? If it's pertaining to me, what makes you say that? I mean, there's all kinds of, there's special needs children, and they are, because their capacity, if they're in foster care, they don't age out until like they're really 21, and then so how about you address what I actually asked? Ask it again, my friend, because I got like I interact with the whole audience, not just you, my friend. I mean, I got a whole lot of people messaging. Okay, it's okay, buddy. Chris, it's fine. Hi, the guy. How are you? Welcome in. So say your question again, doctor, and I will address it. Make a short on the loyalty oath and constitution laws, filming in courtrooms. Okay, I will. You know what? I have to be in court. So I have to go to court with my son, for my son here in a couple weeks. But I will, you know what? I'm going to record when I go in the courtroom. Cause it's people aren't really recording, and a lot of them can't record because the judge, I know one girl that got a gag order, which that's like totally not cool, because we should, when you get done with the live, I will, Debbie, most definitely. They choose to use that instead of children. That's right. Why do you hate children having rights so much? Who, doctor? Who? Would you support negative? Don't. Why do you? Who is saying communism? That's a definite no. We live in a free country. We're over here, and no, America, no, not communists. I don't believe in communism. Nope. And to alleviate the strain and only remove abused children. What about neglect? Now that's the thing. Neglect is so broad. Okay. You say that I support alleviate the strain of food insecurity. So what is your definition of neglect? If I may ask, doctor, they need to, when it comes to poverty, food insecurity. What is it all depends on, but just why can't they help these families when they don't have to? That's what the resources are for. Am I correct? That's what I thought this system was built to strengthen families and keep them together, not keep them separated, not division. We get reunification, not division. Like, we're not about dividing. We're supposed to be about family preservation, keeping the families together. Let me go back. I don't hate children having rights. The thing is, I don't hate children having rights. I wish they were more aware of their rights and they would speak, because they get isolated and they get the voice for the voiceless. That's why us adults have to be the voice for the voiceless. Why don't you address the kids in these facilities? So is it okay for a child to be sent 4 states away from their home state to a prison type of, do you know what a residential treatment facility is, doctor? And this is why I like these lives, because we talk like this, so we learn stuff from each other. The residential treatment facilities, what do you think about, what is your what am I saying? Oh, doctor, now I forgot. What is your opinion, or what is your outlook on the residential treatment facilities? What do you think about those? Do you agree with them? Are they good? Are they okay for aggressive kids? What, because that's mental health. I mean, that's, what I'm saying? But yes, that's why we're here. We're here to learn just from everybody. It's a free room here. The strain of food insecurity and I didn't say only remove abused children, because you got to think about neglect. There are children out there that do get neglected. But when it's something that can be taken care of quick, and for that family to get, instead of a case plan and all this other stuff, why not help them instead of hurt them and keep the family together? Nowhere am I saying that they need to just remove the abused children. No. Any child that's in imminent danger, or it is not good for the child to be in the home, whatever is going to keep that child safe, happy, and able to be secure, stable environment. Now let me ask you this: what do you think about substance abuse? Because there are some people that say, doctor, now this is for you. And anybody else that wants to talk about it, encouraging parents to abuse their children. Who is encouraging parents to abuse their children? Negative. Are you encouraging parents to abuse their children? I'm not. Nowhere. Why would anybody want to abuse a child? That is just outright hateful. And whoever does that, excuse me, y'all. Whoever wants to abuse a child should burn in hell. I say, because that's wrong. That's very wrong. Why would a child deserve to be abused? They don't. Why would any parent encourage that? I'm not encouraging no child to ever. Look, if I ever see a child be abused, I promise I'm one mama bear, and I'm not. No child a child should be able to have a happy, safe, stable life. Something that I couldn't provide for my children when in 2011. That's why I asked my family for help. And you know what? My kids never were in this. And let me tell you this, doctor. Have you ever heard about my past, my story, mine? I don't know what you think about people being in trouble with the law, going to jail, prison, and then the whole CPS deal and family. That's we can go down that rabbit hole another day. Because y'all, I got like 25, not even 25 minutes on here, but encouraging parents to abuse. Not yet. I can't get on her site and I don't have Facebook. So that is why we should email and call me in her. Okay. And yes, she is in. Okay. Yeah, John, we could do that. I will get in, if you want me to after the show, I will get in touch with Darren, or I'll get in touch with her. And then I can email you, John, if you want to, or I can see, if you're going to be in the Tiff and Punisher chat, if I'm able, if I'm Brenda don't call me. I'm just kidding. Brenda. Yeah, Brenda's got she got the management job at that place, and she loves it. She's like, Danielle, look at my new name tag. It's great. Like, she's so happy. Her son, he's still on his honeymoon, having a good old time, and just keep him in your thoughts and prayers as he safe travels home. He's going to be coming back to the States soon, but he'll be starting his new life of being married. So, these kids, and we're still we're gonna go on a search. We're gonna go to find her daughter and her son, and also and see what's going on with her husband and go visit him. So, we got a road trip planned. I think it's this week. No, it's coming up soon. Maybe. So, y'all, all right, let's get back to where you can have it. Yeah, okay, John, I will. Have a friend who is sending a letter to, oh, Debbie, you have a friend that's sending good. Is TFI still involved, Debbie? I have several friends who are former victims of their parents. Oh, bless their hearts. Are they adults? Are they older now? Or are they still, I guess, so any of them were in foster care? Did any of them ever age out of foster care, doctor? I can say you are the first new person that's came in that's had friends that were victims of the parents and victims. And were they put in foster care? Were they with family? What happened? If you would like to share, that'd be awesome to find out. Hey, classic mom, God gave them to me, but what authority does CPS have to take them? Right. Don't manipulate like old times slavery or is being evoked when parents assert their rights over their children. Right, classic mom. Right. Because, children, the parents, it's our job to protect our children. Okay. A child is my son. I'm going to tell you, my son, my daughter, they don't, if at a young age, do you really think, do they know their rights? Like, let's honestly ask ourselves, do these courts really think that these kids are aware of what they are supposed to be, like their rights and everything, and they're not telling them, and they take them from us and want to keep them separated? So honestly, what they're learning, they're like they're learning everything. Like, they're still in their prime time of their lives. They're growing up. These children should not ever be in a position like that to ever have to. We're their parents. We protect our children. We defend our children. We keep our children safe. Because I can tell you, these CPS people don't. It's like the devil. The devil is and he grabbed a clipboard and the badge, and now he says he's this county supervisor. They make they make a therapy session look like a Waffle House fight. Because I'm telling you, it's crazy. These rubber stamped removals, there ain't no reason. 84, doctor, did you know 84% of the cases in the United States are not even, they're not substantiated. There's no reason to remove it. But the kids have been removed and thrown into foster care. They have to have a judicial determination for the foster care to be necessary for that kid, and especially to lock in the federal funds. Public Law 96-272. It has always been about removing civil rights. Child welfare was a crime. But you know what? It needs to be reformed, my friend. It needs to be changed. It needs to be abolished. And it was built and put in place a certain way. And over time, these corrupt motherfuckers just wanted to do what they wanted to do, and it's all about it's turned into a billing fraudulent business profile political phenomenon, like criminal political phenomenon. Nancy Schaefer said it's turned into a financial money game to them. It's sick. That's sick. doctor. That is sick that a price, kids for cash, a price is over a child's head in the world in today with these federal funds, and they're all about that money. You tell me, get this, y'all, my aunt, okay? The DFCS worker asked her if she had received federal funds yet, or the funds for kinship. She said no, and I don't want to. Now, I'm not going to say my other aunt, she's all about it, because let me tell you, us a lot. She's the one that fibbed and everything else. And then, but why? What is that? The caseworker asking my aunt that? What? Like, hello? Come on. That ain't none of their business. And my kids have been in my family's guardianship for over a decade. They were. And they never received federal funds. They never received any kind of money from the state or the federal government, and they didn't want to. My son was getting Social Security, though, because of his autism and his AD and his disability. But now it's all about money. Like, it's like, wow, I had a dream, and I was like, man, and it seemed so real, and I was like, and it felt like, and I had gone into this building, and I don't even know what it probably was, and they had a sign up on the wall, right? And it was like saying, sign on, or you'll get a bonus, sign on bonus and it was about children. It was a nightmare, really. I mean, it was horrible. And just the way, and I was having very bad nightmares where my son was out of that Devro, these residential treatment facilities. Me being on video visits with my kid. You don't need, a parent shouldn't have to. Why couldn't my son be here in Georgia with me? And instead of 4 states away, and now he's traumatized and institutionalized. The boy's never been in an institution, never been away from home, and never not in an environment where he is loved. My son has always listened. He's always loved church, listened to Christian music. He loves Big Daddy Weave, Mercy Me, Luke Combs, Cole Swindell, and now, well, when he went out to that facility, they called him Albeezy. Look up that name, Albeezy, and you tell me if that's appropriate for a child. No, it's not. That's sick. And now my son is like, and going back to baby mode, he's defecating on himself. It's like he's just traumatized. And you know what? Think about it. He's been moved. We had to, me and my aunt, we got on a plane and went and got him and brought him home because they were refusing to bring him back. Shame on you, Georgia. Shame on you. And yes, and I hope they write that one down for the record. All right. John said 2 video views from Canada. Auditor confirms the truth about the $10 a day childcare. Oh, liberals. Let me see what John says. Thank you, Classic Mom. I'm glad to see you. It's been a while, hun. Michelle Ferreira, Tim Norton's It Is Massive Trouble Management. Y'all, I am going blind, y'all. I swear. Women, unacceptable lefty. Oh, wow. Yes, Chris. Yes, honey. You do need your son home. And y'all, Chris in the chat, Chris and Debbie, okay? When I first met Chris and Debbie, Chris was doing really good in her case and with her son. And in my, from my understanding, he was supposed to be coming home. Was it right before Thanksgiving, Chris, or something? And it was like right in the fall time. And all of a sudden, Chris, her whole, it totally just did a total 180. Like, it totally just flipped. Nothing happened, nothing different. But they kept her son from her, and she finished everything she was supposed to do. And now she's fighting like hell to get her son, and they're trying to TPR her. They're trying to keep her son from her. They're trying to use her disability against her, which is messed up. She was doing fine before they were ever involved. She was getting him to his appointments. She was, and she don't drive. Okay, that's a super mom right there. Good, and then she's got her mom Debbie. Them two right there. Those are warriors. And for them to be going through what they are out there in Kansas, please, this is why it's stories like that why we need to speak up more. Doctor, if you ever listen to Chris's story, what about the ones that are being targeted? Chris, Chris, I'll have to get you to come on the show one day. I'll be back on tomorrow too, and you'll have to tell your story, or we can go live on TikTok. I'm supposed to be able to go live now, but you know how scatterbrained I am. But yes, Debbie's Chris's mom, fighting like hell, and calling these people like it is, and telling them what's up, and not giving up. Chris, I know, and Debbie keeps her daughter going, because I know Chris has been, I check on Chris every once in a while, and I'm like, hey Debbie, how's she doing? How y'all doing? Because I know with my son, it's hard, y'all. It's hard. So just imagine Chris not knowing nothing, and confused, and not, but they're using, what is it? What's so wrong about why can't she can raise her son just fine. She's got her mama, she's got friends, she's got a loving family, she's got her own place. So what she don't abuse her son. Her son's happy when he's at home, when he sees his grandma and his mama. But he lashes out at with the foster parents, or with the school, or and they want to make it seem like it's they drag out something. They make it out to be more than what it is. But then guess what? That kid's going, and the more they keep these kids away from parents, the more they are going to lash out. Because you know what? I would expect the kid to lash out because they want to be home. Every child that I've ever met, and when my son was in foster care, all they wanted was, and some of them didn't have families, y'all. They didn't have a family that was, and I met two boys like that at Devereaux, and my son took to them he was very close with them. One was, he'd always go by and fist bump them, and those boys, and just seeing the look on their faces when I would call or visit my son, it was just, and my son would be like, Mom, Danielle, I'm gonna bring them home. We're all coming. I said, well, come on, baby. I said, bring them all home. I said, we'll get them. We'll be one big happy family. I said, because these kids deserve to have a family too. And I wish it's like me, and I wish I wish I had a big house, and just because there's kids out there that do need a family, and there's families out there that want to be that loving family for that child. But I saw today, I was talking to, and they said they've been waiting for, and they had a friend, and this is my cousin, y'all, and he has a friend that she had lost her son, and she wanted my cousin and his wife to adopt a kid. And do you know CPS would not let them? If that mom if a parent can't provide for their kid, and they ask someone for help, CPS should not have no involvement. Because you know what? They didn't get involved when I asked my family for help, 2011, they stepped up, and guess what? They did it. They did, and they made sure I asked to please keep my kids out of the state's hands, and they did. They provided my kids with a safe and stable place, a successful life. My daughter's in college now. My son, my son was driving cars, y'all, before CPS got involved. He was 6 months away from being 18. Then my youngest daughter running track and field, the hurdles, 100-meter dash. Look, would I trade it? No. And I thank my family every day for that, because it's something I couldn't do at the time. But I would have never thought that with my mom's passing, that it's like my son said, Mom, why am I being punished? This is before he started getting worse. So while he was, since he's been, he's regressed, y'all. Y'all need to look, she said she has documents that Jonathan has been in constant care for. What's the foster mother in Hutchinson told any or doctor she might, and I haven't. Oh, Debbie, keep that. That's indefinitely, because that's not even. I like you. Thanks, John. You know, sometimes I gotta talk with my potty mouth because that's the only way I can get my point across, y'all. You know, like Darren was saying the other night, I think it was last night on the Tiff and Punisher show. He was like, you know, what is it that people like, the ones that are like, when? How did he say it? I just look, y'all. Here I go. So, you know, sometimes like sometimes I gotta talk with my potty mouth, John, because you know, like that's to get a point across. Because once again, if somebody asks me a question and they don't like my answer, how am I supposed to answer it, right? And some people, it just don't. It just, they don't. They want you to hear. They want to hear what they want you to like. They want you to say what they want to hear, like what they are there, and that's not right. That's not free speech. No. Don't ask me a question if you don't want my real answer. Don't ask me my advice if you don't want my opinion. Like, don't do it. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be very blunt. I'm going to be very straightforward. And I'm going to tell you like it is, how I feel. If you want my opinion, that's like me saying, John, do you like the color blue? And John says, no, Danielle, I actually don't like the. I can't get mad at John for not liking the color blue. That's John's. If John don't like the color blue and I like the color blue, I can't get mad at John. Ain't no reason for me to turn my back. No, right, John? It ain't no reason for me to treat you like crap or nothing. No, I have to accept that. You don't like your color blue. Okay. I mean, I don't know if you do or not, John. I was just using that for an example. But you get what I'm saying, y'all? We can't, like, Charlie, I mean, so many people get so butt sore about what people say. I have never seen us in this world growing up, y'all, and I'm 41 years old, that we are all up in our feelings. Like, what is up? Like, man, look, my grandma, my mama, me growing up, now my parents, they look, if my parents talk to nowadays, shoot, these people be crying because my parents were strict and whoa, and boy, they told us like it was. They didn't. They put, and then they put us outside, and we had to come home when the streetlights come on. But you know what? We had fun. We were safe. We were fine. We didn't have cell phones. We didn't have. I mean, and the world was nowhere near like it is today. Yeah, you still had your crimes, but nowhere near as bad as today. You didn't have all this violent. It makes me sick. Gun violence is not. What did somebody say? Somebody said when the debate stops, violence begins. I think that's what was that what Charlie Kirk? Was it the debate? When the debate ends, violence begins. Remember that, y'all. Because debate should never turn into violence. And that is what, this loyalty oath that these public officials they adhere to, or that says they have to support the United States Constitution and the state constitution. I don't know. I know of Georgia that some public officials, they are under it, and so are the DFCS workers out here. And I will do that on tomorrow's show. I will definitely go over that about the oaths, because let me tell you, it's hard. It's hard. Did y'all know that some of these states and public officials are under a blanket bond, surety bond? Y'all know what a blanket bond is? Because I just learned. And some of them, like, there's court clerks, county commissioners, tax commissioners, the ADR, which is like in one county out here, it's the alternate dispute resolution thing, and then I guess like a mediation, like DFCS or juvenile court would call that a mediation, where we have to mediate. What else? Let's see. The sheriffs, Cobb County, or the sheriff's department. So a blanket bond. The judges, some judges, the lower court judges I believe, are covered under some some states will cover them under the blanket bond. The higher courts judges will have the blanket bond protection, but they'll also have their own bond. I've came across some bonds, y'all, in my state, and oaths, but this loyalty oath, of anybody, there is a questionnaire that's with the Sedition and Submersive Act of oh my goodness. I would, if I had the right computer out, I would be able to tell y'all. But there's a questionnaire, and it goes under the Georgia Department of Human Services, and they have to fill out this questionnaire, and the questions on it's so they won't overthrow or conspiring to, go against, overthrow the government, or just, try to destroy, that's what they sign. And then they sign about felonies and if they got charges, but then they take the oath, and then, but it does say in there, in that loyalty oath, about the United States Constitution and the state constitution. I'm not gonna, I can say it again. So what the hell's going on then? Why aren't they? Have y'all heard about the loyalty oath? Have y'all ever heard about the loyalty oath? Let me see if I can look. We gotta go. I want to go. I can't leave y'all and not go down this rabbit hole today. My goodness, that'd be wrong of me. It's gonna have to roll over into the Tiff and Punisher show maybe, because I know, because I looked in a couple other states, right? And there's other states that are they have blanket bonds, but then I don't think Florida had a blanket bond. Those public officials have to get their own individual bonds. So see how each state's different, each county. But in Georgia, I do know that the blanket bond there's a list of positions that are covered with this, under this bond, and that the principal is the governor. So there's state positions that it covers, and then you got county official positions. And in the county, but they, I think there's certain positions that sign a 4-year bond that's from 2025 to 29, and then other ones is every year. We're gonna have to, let's go down this rabbit hole. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up this loyalty oath, because this is what I want to do. Yes. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I missed everybody. How's everybody doing? It's been a while, y'all. Yeah, it's been a while since y'all heard my mouth. But yes, I'm here. I'm back. I've been been going cross-eyed on my computer, y'all, looking up stuff, research. Y'all, if you ever have questions, it's not only ChatGPT, all that I would use as a confirmation, to fact check, to check your research, fact check something if you have a question, but do your research. Do not just get, when you get your court orders and stuff, and if you have a question, read word for word, read dot for dot, dot your I's, cross your T's, read the periods, read the exclamation marks, read the commas, read those little squiggly things they do on them court papers. Read everything, because I promise you, it's going to take you 1, 2, 4, 5 times, because there's things in there that it's going to, and then it's going to, get what I mean? Read your stuff. Do your research. I promise you, you will be thankful. And look, you will come back and say, thank you, Danielle, for that advice. And even though I know many other people have probably told y'all, but I'm going to say it again, because I had to tell myself the same damn thing for the last 2 weeks. Because you know what? There's things that I missed the first time, second, third. But you know what? Now, when I did have someone come read over it after I did it, the answer for this eviction, and let me tell you what, that I was so proud of that. Go Danielle. Read your stuff, do your research, because I promise you, you will gain some knowledge you will never, and share it. Y'all, I want to start like, because probate is a big nobody ever talks about probate. Probate's a really big involvement in CPS cases, like when it comes to guardianship and yes, and all that conservatorship and things like that, especially with special needs children. Property. If you have an estate, if you have a will, if you have a minor child, and that lost a parent, probate is involved in the courts of minors and even adults a lot. Special needs adults, elderly, the disabled, and then minor children that aren't like with guardianships and conservatorships. Y'all, let me tell you, please read your stuff. Check in, and I'll tell you another word of advice. Check in with your local courts. If you have court cases coming up and you do, make sure they got your right information, because I'm telling you what, they messing with my stuff again. They sending it to an address that don't even exist. There's no mailbox at this. The house is no longer there. The property's flat. There's dirt filled in. They're fixing to build a new big $1 million house on this property, which is my grandma's old property. And they tried to send my court papers there. And somebody please tell me, I mean, clearly the county I live in can get my address right with child support, but they're gonna do that again over in that county, Cherokee. Come on, Cherokee. Yeah, y'all do better. And I'm not playing with y'all this time. We're not doing this. Leave my damn address alone. Leave my shit alone. Like, leave my stuff alone. Ain't nobody bothered y'all. Stop the bullshit. Stop messing with my files. Oh, and then they look, y'all. Yes, the address is off again, and we just had this talk like last year about the same time. Now, here we are. Or no, 2 years ago. Here we are again. Thank goodness for my aunt, y'all. For my good aunt, and she got paperwork, and guess whose name? It was my name on it too, and me and my son and her right there together. It's a trio squad. And she called and told me, because she said, Danielle, they're doing it again. So check your paperwork, check with your courts, and make sure that your contact information is correct. Emails, give them 2 numbers, give them 2 email addresses, give them 2 addresses, so they can't say that, we only had one, we couldn't contact. Bullshit. I have been notified at my address, and I've been here 7 years. Okay, when I tell you, I have never been. I'm 2 different people apparently, y'all. Y'all, I'm gonna have to. Here I am jabbering my jaw again. I didn't even talk about the loyalty oath, y'all. We're gonna talk about this loyalty oath. I promise you, I can fit 5 more minutes in. All right, let me do this. And if I miss comments, I will check them. I'm gonna check them as much as I can. If I missed yours, I'm sorry. I will come back on and check comments, and John knows I do come back on YouTube and check the comments and TikTok and stuff. So a loyalty oath is a pledge of allegiance to an organization, institution, or state of which an individual is. Loyalty oaths have been used across. Okay, that's not what I want. In the United States, why are they calling it organizations? And let's read the right thing, okay? I don't like that. That's not what I read. That's not the oath I read. Let me pull it up. I don't like Microsoft, y'all. I really don't. We're going to find this. Let's get this. Sorry, I'm like losing my mind now. Yeah, y'all, it's, I've been staring at okay, loyalty, let's do this. Here we go. Let's get the actual oath itself. All right, here we are. Oath requirements for peace officers. Why didn't you? Okay, did y'all know they have a state of Georgia security questionnaire? Y'all want to see this? Okay, I know. I've got to show y'all this, and I don't even know what I'm doing. All right, so it's in the state. It's the state security. Here we go. Let's open it up. Let's get this file open. Okay. State security questionnaire. Notice to applicants and employees. Let me flip my camera around, okay? Because I want to show y'all this, okay? Can y'all whoops. Can y'all see that? All right. So it says the Sedition and Subversive Activities Act of 1953, Georgia 16-11-5 requires each applicant employee to complete and sign prior to employment in state government a questionnaire which is designed to establish that there are no reasonable grounds to believe that he or she is a submersive person. A submersive person is defined as one who commits, advocates, or teaches any act intended to overthrow or destroy the government of the United States or government of the state of Georgia by force or, I don't like that word, violence, or who is a knowing member of a submersive organization. Georgia Code 45-3-11 requires all employees of the state of Georgia to take an oath that they will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Georgia. You see that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So all items must be completed either on a typewriter in ink. If more space is needed, an explanation, the questionnaire and loyalty oath will be filed in the employee's personnel file in the employee and agency. The employee may request that a copy be executed. It is critical that you complete this form accurately. Material falsification or misrepresentation of any information, including criminal charges, will result. Did y'all hear that? Including criminal charges will result in the employment offer being withdrawn or separation from employment. For clarification of any portion of this form, please discuss with the hiring, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, they list their name, their marriage, their maiden name, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, right? And their aliases. Then we get down here, the address, date of birth, are they a U.S. citizen? Oh, here's a question. Are you now or have you been within the last 10 years a member of any organization which, in your knowledge, at the time of membership advocates or has one of its objectives the overthrow of the government, United States, or the government of Georgia by force or violence? Yes or no? If yes, state the name of the organization and your past and present membership, including any offices held therein. If the answer to the above question is yes, and the employing authority deems further inquiry necessary, you will be notified of such determination. No action adverse to your application will be taken because of the affirmative answer until such an inquiry, with notice to you and opportunity for you to present evidence. And if the result of such brings your application within the Sedition and Subversive Activities Act of 1953. Then they ask you about your military service. If you're an active member, inactive, honorable, dishonorable discharge. And then they want you, oh, here's the funny one. Have you ever been convicted by a federal or state or local law enforcement authorities for any violation of any federal or state, county, or municipal law, regulation, or ordinance? Do not include anything that happened before your 16th birthday. Do not include minor traffic violations for which a fine of $35 or less was imposed. I'll be damned. There ain't ever been no $35 minor traffic violation. That was like when I was 14 on my bicycle when I got pulled. All other convictions must be included, even if they are pardoned. If the answer is yes, state the reason of the conviction, the date convicted, and the place. Do you see this, y'all? Like, so this is and usually like this is what the Department of they got one for the Department of Human Services, and I'm sorry, what are they talking about? Are these charges now pending against you by federal or state local authorities? And once again, don't do the minor traffic violations. You have to name it all. Space for content, and then they give you a separate space to continue your explanations. Now, before signing the form, check all answers and explanations to see that you have answered all questions fully and correctly. This form is to be executed under oath, subject to penalties of false swearing in Georgia Law 16-10-71 of the Criminal Code of Georgia. Here's the loyalty oath, everybody. Here we go. And is it gonna go sideways? What is it doing? Hold on, everybody. Let me show y'all this. Okay. The loyalty oath. It states, loyalty oath. Come on, camera. You're supposed to be working here, buddy. Okay. So okay, y'all, hold on. I'm trying to get it back up. Okay. Turn it back around. So the loyalty oath. I, such and such, a citizen of the state and being an employee of the state of Georgia and recipient of public funds for services rendered as such employee, do hereby solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution. I know y'all see that. Support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of Georgia. Affidavit of verification. Personally appeared, and then this is for the affiant and the notary. Y'all see that little oath right there? That loyalty oath. I do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Georgia. Y'all, what the hell is going on? Why aren't they supporting? Why aren't they? Y'all, I got to end my show. I love y'all. Y'all like, subscribe, follow the channel, and wait for the Tiff and Punisher shows next. But yes, what do y'all, let me know in the comments. I'll come back and we will continue this rabbit hole tomorrow. I'll be back at 5. No, I was late today, wasn't I? I'll be back I'm going to push for 6 p.m. tomorrow. Okay. 6 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to try to be on earlier, 5:30, but please bear with me and thank y'all for joining me. I know I made a promise to myself that I would not mess with the time today, and I did, but thank y'all for still coming in. I love y'all. But look that up for your state, the loyalty oath, okay, in the blanket bonds. All right. And then we'll continue this rabbit hole tomorrow. All right. And we will, I'll have more information and and tell me what y'all think about that loyalty oath. All right. And where it stands. And your no answer is wrong answer. Okay. I want to hear how everybody feels about that. Okay. And I don't know if your local state is, if your home state is under or doing that. I know the state of Georgia is. I know there is a couple other states that I've looked up. Florida and the bonds. There's a blanket bond that comes with that. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. So, all right, everybody. So y'all hold on, y'all. Hold on, everybody. Hold on. So y'all be good, be safe. Hold on, y'all. So hold on, I'm live. So y'all be good, be safe, and watch out for the Tiff and Punisher show. Sorry, y'all, my phone was ringing. Tune in tomorrow. We will continue this. But everybody, good night. Love y'all. Keep fighting. Till next time, I'm Danielle, and I'm signing off, everybody. Peace out. Go like, subscribe, go check out the website. Bye, everybody.
Shadows on the playground, nobody sees. Invisible faces lost in the breeze. Screams buried deep, never make a sound. In the shadow of the peach state, where the magnolias bloom so late, a child stands alone in fear, wishing someone would hold them near. Through the bridges of Georgia's care, they're reaching out but life ain't fair. Isolation's heavy on their heart, praying for a brand new start. Child protectors on the line, Georgia's foster